There we go. Right, then you need 26 infantry, so you can kick out 1. Go there. You need 26. You have 26. Brabant is Elector again. I think we're at the correct size now. Everyone's got a commander. You get in the boats. You head down to Africa. Down to Soyo because I know it has a huge force limit. Right, and you jump on a boat and head over to Egypt. Big font, United Land, you deserve to switch your tea for beer. Still need to wipe the Ottomans. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of having the Ottomans there as a sphere of influence fight between me, Persia and Ethiopia. I'm surprised the Persians didn't take more of it. We are a lot of manpower short. Is there anything else I need to do here? No. I mean, I could start them drilling, so there is that. You're taking attrition, but that's because you're on the move. Right, let's move one more stack to Tunis. England's having a golden era. Nothing historical about that at all. Then I think I might move these two over here. Who left an artillery behind? You did. Walk? No. Bugger. The atmospheric engine, building on ultra-experimental air pumps and inventor from Tarnovo, has created a new type of engine that uses steam pressure to pump water out of the wet mines. The atmospheric engine now enables mining where it was previously not possible, and has greatly increased the efficiency of coal and metal mines in the country. Coal, iron and copper provinces now likely to trigger industrialization events, gain 2 production in Tarnovo. Construction cost, development cost, and production efficiency goes up. Cool. Yes, there are a lot of provinces where we could get a university set up. I wonder if universities will increase the literacy rate in Victoria. Probably. So it might be worth building some. Let's sort this by province output. Because I saw there was a gold province that wants it. Silk will want it. Gem provinces will. Paper will. Spices? I think the cloth ones will. And wine. Possibly the metal. We'll come back to those. Vicky 2 last time played 2011. Didn't understand squat, never went back. Maybe I need to revisit. Well, if you need like a decent playthrough, watch my Rise of Prussia as Prussia. I do a pretty decent job of like explaining what's going on and why, I think. I do. And that's vanilla. Like, it's not a converter. Unlike the March of the Vikings, which is a converter one, and it's not the best game ever. The version of Victoria I'm playing in that is very warped, playing as the Vikings in China. And basically it's just an exercise in how to kill as many Chinese people as quickly as possible because of all the stupid uprisings I had to deal with. And it was a silly number. Like some absolutely obscene numbers. Did I not send a fleet? Oh, it's you. Okay, so you're going here. Oh, wait, Tunis. Bigger province. Ottomans have rivaled Persia. So they think that they can still, like, put up a fight, which is cute. Improving upon the design for the earlier atmospheric engines, the entrepreneur and inventor Antonius Despuig has managed to create a new type of machine that makes use of a separate condenser and a rotary motion instead of the oscillating one of the previous engines. Operating at just above atmospheric pressure, the Antonius Despuig steam engine promises to be twice as productive as the earlier models and will provide invaluable as a means to drive machining in all types of industrial enterprise. Gain 2 base production in Skopje. Provinces are now more likely to trigger industrialization events. Just all provinces. Oh, I took half of Italy ages ago. This is not a new thing. This is a new thing. Because that last war against Hungary was to take these provinces, so I can connect my Greek and my Italian provinces. The only other thing that's happened was this, but that's again not a new event. Right, you lot into the ships and head over here. Now I just need to wait for the manpower reserves to recover, and also wait for the inevitable hordes of separatists, because there's going to be a lot. There's going to be an awful lot. Right. We have too many infantry here. We're back at 50. There we are. Time to take the Knights' proper place of custodians of the Holy See and take it off the Pope? Never. Those are rightfully Pope territories. Plus the Pope's been my ally forever. Me, the Pope, and France. Best buddies. Boost autonomy. That's not a bad shout. Or rather decrease autonomy. I'm happy to fight the uprisings. I have a huge army. I just realised because I'm in a golden age, my autonomy minimums are much higher. Sorry, not my... What is this thing called? Absolutism. Right, I can have even more absolutism. And get up to 80%. Hungarians are trying to infiltrate us. How dare they? You can start protecting trade. Genoa. My rather battered heavies fleet can back off. Tontil, I'll deal with you in a minute. You go out there, you go over there. Consolidate. 34,000 still to come, and I am getting 1.2 thousand a month. Like, my manpower recovery is actually terrible. Oh, right, that's because I have the integration of the peasants. Ndogo and Lika. I know where Lika is. Group. Lika is... I thought I knew where it was. There. That seems like your problem. Textile mills of Lecce. Rising demand for textiles and the adoption of new methods and machinery has allowed the textile sector in Lecce to grow and thrive in the last few years. This has in turn resulted in an economic upturn for the entire region, and many are now moving from the countryside to the new factories. Yeah, industrialization here is big time, so we lose 2 development in Erdene and gain 4 in Lecce instead. Also, goods produced is up by 0.5, and goods produced modifier is up by 15. And that lasts till the end of the game. Nice. So yeah, we are properly in like industrial revolution mode right now. which seems very suitable for going into Victoria. Ooh, and we've got 30 innovativeness. All power costs down by 3%. Nice. How is the coring process going? Has it finished? No. Halfway. I'm still focusing mostly on admin. Indeed I am. Trust your neighbour. Although citizens are encouraged to show trust and good faith in their exchanges, the reality in many nations is there's a risk people can afford to take. This, however, is not the case in the Knights. We have successfully stamped out corruption on so many levels in society. People not only trust officials to do their jobs without the extra help of a bribe, but they also trust each other more in general exchanges. What year does Viking 2 start? 36. But this one finishes in 21, so there is a little bit of a gap. But Victoria is very much like the start of proper industrialization, with a bit of a race to build factories. How much infantry do you have left? 20,000. Yeah, you're fine. Another general dead. Ah, right. The other thing I can be doing during this slight lull is drilling. I do need to raise some more generals, though. Ooh, he's a good one. Hello. Start drilling. Start drilling. Drill. Drill. New general. Drill. I suspect that my land tradition is going to be pretty high. 91. It is. I think this is my favourite song in EU4. I do like this one. It's the bagpipes that make it. Anything with bagpipes is just automatically awesome. That's my Scottish heritage showing a little bit there. Are there any other provinces that I wish to build? Lesche definitely wants one. It's going through such a big boom right now that we may as well build one there. No, we just need to wait for Hungary and then we can build a bunch of manufactories in Hungary. The Ottomans are still trying to expand. Theodora is still alive. Oh, but they're... Oh no, those are separatists. I thought that was the Ottomans for a minute. I was like, uh-oh. But no, it wasn't. 35,000 men still short. Coke blast furnaces. Johannes Paulus de Wignacourt, an inventor and entrepreneur, not interpreter, and also obviously brother, cousin, son, father, I don't know, of my general Wignacourt, from Tarnovo has come up with a new type of coke-fired blast furnace for the production of cast iron. By making use of coal instead of charcoal, the production of iron has increased greatly, allowing us to supply the market with larger quantities of cheap iron. Coal and iron provinces now more likely to trigger industrialization events. I have a lot of coal and iron, so that's really good. In fact, I'm going to be really well situated for industrialization. Iron, copper from here, loads of iron from Italy, coal from Hungary, and just on the borders of even more coal from Poland. Build them in the tropical woods producing areas because the universities are cheaper. True. Yeah, true. I'm going to have an extraordinarily literate population in Africa. I'm going to do the iron and copper as well if I can afford it. By the end of the game I can. If universities equal literacy. I don't know 100% that they will. But having a high literacy is going to be useful because it means more technology more quickly. Could make some states. Wait, I thought the Congo was a state. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. That's the state. That's the province. There. Oh, that's the What was that then? Oh, Congolese coast. I mean, it's worth a lot of development. And I thought that's what I was developing last time. When I got rid of my trading company. Which I'm still a little bit bitter about. Yeah, I don't really have enough stuff for that. I can have, what, I can have 37 states, so I could really state more. And I do definitely want to have stated stuff before Victoria, because states are extremely important in Victoria. So the more you can have stated, the better. Have any of the current Great Powers colonies split off yet? Yeah, Portugal's. Are you ready for this? Guarani was a Portuguese colony that's just been gobbling up everyone around them. Like, Guarani was like this big. Like that big. They've just been taking everything out, but I don't think anyone else. Finland, I'm sure, is still Norwegian. Yep. Florida is. Yep. Castellan Canada is. Yep. Portuguese Louisiana is. Yep. English Mexico is. California is. Alaska. If I can find something to click on. There we go. Is. Colombia is. Dutch Colombia is. Dutch Brazil is. English Brazil is. French Peru is. But yeah, that Guarani. I'm impressed by that. And then my favourite thing ever. Ethiopia and Australia. Because why not? And also Ottoman Australia. Or rather Ottoman New Zealand. Oh! Right! Ethiopia took New Zealand. So most of New Zealand was actually Ottoman, and then Ethiopia beat the Ottomans in a war and took most of their colonies over here. Literacy is set on a per-country basis for accepted cultures. Non-accepted cultures receive the default literacy of 10%. It's possible to set a maximum literacy of configuration file. Default maximum is 100, okay. And there we go, all the cores in Hungary, or former Hungary. So, first thing is first, manufactories and the coal mines. Blip, blip. And then I'm just going to manufacture everything, so I start with lots and lots of manufactories. Plus, they take a while to build, so I need to make sure that they get built. Yeah, we have a lot of places to core. I'm actually a little bit concerned that we're not going to have the points to do it by the end of the game. You're still quite young. Might actually be worth promoting you. Nah. Also, do we have any uprising? Because we seem to have dealt with a surprisingly small number of uprisings. Except for the guy who's knocking at the gates of Cairo right now. Yeah, France is really strong. France is definitely like a serious superpower. France is the number one. I'm two! Oh yes, I've overtaken Ming! Get in! Ha ha ha! I'm not that far off of France. I'm what, 80 between us? 80 development between us. Obviously I want a 3-decker, thank you. Go join my heavies fleet in Venetia. I'm going to be curious to see what all of my galleys become when they promote. Because when they convert, it like converts your fleets into the Victoria ships. They'll probably just be ships of the line. They might not be. They might be the light ships, whatever they're called. Frigates. They'll probably be frigates. Right, you lot are getting greedy again. Why am I not surprised? Actually, let's do some more states first of all. East Adriatic. Wow, that's a high development area. $103. Cool. And then Carniola. That'll do for now. Actually... Okay, so we now control 55% of Ragusa, which means we are sending the vast majority of cash into Genoa. Yeah, okay, that's good. We could definitely do with controlling more of Sevilla. Pushing more of that money out. And we are losing the vast majority of the money here in the Ivory Coast to English Channel. I wonder, is France collecting in Genoa or English Channel now? Oh no, France is collecting here. Oh, and in the English Channel. That's a little bit of a... And Champagne. Okay. I see what France is doing. They're just collecting everywhere. Because I guess if you stop collecting in just one place and lose your modifiers, there's no real reason not to just collect everywhere. Because I don't think there's any particular penalty to doing it. Brabant is HRE again. They've managed to hold on to that for quite a while. Also, Austria is looking rather squished. Ulm is back. Yes. $16,000 men short. And then we can start to make the army professional again. Ming comes out of nowhere and invades Europe to claim his spot as #1. Good luck with that. #1 and #2 would be allied against them. In fact, #1, #2, and #4 would be allied against #3. In fact, #1, #2, #4, and #8 would be allied against #3. I just noticed Ethiopia is there on #8. Which means that, yes, me and Ethiopia are now great powers. We will both be struggling over the Ottomans. So long as it converts in that way. I don't know exactly how the EU4 great powers gels with the Victoria great powers. Because in Victoria, the great power system is hugely important. So basically what happens in that is all of the world's goods get put into a central trade market. And then depending on your ranking in the great powers list, depends on when you get dibs on those goods to power your factories, and also when your factories sell those goods back. So if you're #1 in the great powers list, you get top dibs to all of the goods in the rest of the world. So if there are any shortages, everyone else is screwed. So anything where there's a lack of goods, then it's the guys further down the list on the great powers list that don't get those goods. So it's very important. And then the rankings are kind of shuffled behind the scenes depending on whether they're a sphere of influence or not. So if you're a lower ranking person but you have a sphere of influence on them, then you get first dibs, and then the great powers after that. There's a lot of politicking going on behind the scenes. Isn't it based on prestige? No. Prestige is a factor of deciding who the great powers are. So it's not exactly the great powers. The top 8 countries are the great powers, then the 9 through 16 are the secondary powers, then everyone after that is just a power. But it is based on your rankings, which is a amalgamation of your industrial strength, your prestige, and your military strength, which determines your overall ranking. Rupertus de Homedes suspects neighbours. Having a spy master in our employ has mainly contributed to our intelligence gathering abroad, but Rupertus de Homedes sometimes coordinates counter-espionage as well. Recently, his investigations have uncovered a conspiracy that could only be the work of our neighbouring countries. Which neighbour is behind it remains unclear. Let's tick off them. 5563! Oh, hello! That is an amazing general. Am I going to finish off Tunis? Maybe. Tunis is one of the ones that I might do, but first of all I want to let my manpower recover, because I still have a bunch of mercenaries in my employ. Also, I need to continue stating. Croatia, Serbia and Bosnia would be next. I know where those are. Croatia. Serbia. Is that all of them? No. Yes, yes it was. Marvellous. Okay, and now my perfidious estates are going to be like, we really want some of that land. Give us that land. Okay, so you are mostly a production centre. Oh, I can't give you away. These two I can. You're actually a military. You are a great candidate for them. Nobility. Are they happy yet? No. I think I'm going to give this one to the nobles as well. This one's definitely clergy. There is some grain over here, which I've apparently already given away. Was there any grain in Africa? Yes. That would also be a nobility area. So basically, if it has more manpower than the other two, then I give it to the nobility. If it's more tax and production, especially tax, I give it to the clergy. Because you don't have the autonomy penalties for that category. So it's taxes for the clergy, production for the bourgeoisie, and manpower for the military. Or for the nobles. And because I'm not a republic, I don't really care that much about the bourgeois. Plus, they worship the ground I walk on anyway. Speaking of which, I might demand some money from you. Oh, you know what I totally could do? I could demand admin from you. Though that would piss you right off. I could, however, do that. And then that. There we go. And then I can spend that admin that I just got from you on Bosnia and Tyrol. That's Russia. Where's Bosnia? That's Bulgaria. There it is. 62. Tyrol. 56. Let me guess. You want more land again? Of course you do! Because you're greedy! So... the other ones I can give away are wool. Wool don't give you much. Although, actually, with the rise of cloth, the wool prices are probably going up. Yeah, actually, wool is worth a lot right now. Cattle? Cattle's also worth a lot. Fish? Fish isn't. Fish we can definitely give away. You seem to be a clergy. Clergy, probably. How are we doing? You are still exceptionally greedy. There's nothing down there. I don't think I'm going to be giving away much of Africa at all. I'm somewhat miffed that wool is worth so much. Because I can't give it away now. Oh, that was one I can give. Clergy. Plovdiv I can give. Clergy. How are we doing? 19 and 9. We're getting very, very close. Islands? Have those been given away? Yes. Pretty sure all of those have. Okay. Manufactory is the other thing I need to do. Let's get some of those being built. You guys are so greedy. I have to give away 30% of my country to just you two. But we're actually earning some manpower now. Excellent. So the first thing I'll need to do is start this army rebuilding properly. And then I will need to start getting rid of the many mercenaries that I have. Because I've still got quite a few mercenaries in my employ. How am I doing in terms of force limits? Oh, I'm well under my force limits now. Well under my naval force limit. I could get like another 200 ships. Interesting. How many ships do I have right now? Because it's going to be a ridiculous number. 596 ships. That might actually be a new limit for me. New record. I'm not sure I've gone over much over 500 before. Especially as I only have 14 heavies. Like if France were to go to war with me, that would be an interesting one. 108 heavies versus my 84 galleys. But I do have huge bonuses with galleys. Oh, you know the other thing I could do? Because my naval power right now is so overwhelming, I could 100% change my doctrine. Oh, I do have the capture enemy ships. I was just thinking that perhaps I would want the ship trade power, plus 33%. It would cost me 3,600 ducats to change. Ouch! Maybe not. Maybe not. We'll hold off. Oh, and get another one. Lower Kasai. Wherever that is. I feel like it's going to be over here somewhere. In Africa. There it is. So we're getting some states in Africa, which is going to be interesting in Victoria, because that's going to mean I can build factories in Africa. How are we doing in terms of territories now? You? Yes. We have 34 of the 37 allowed. So we can get 3 more. Meanwhile, Hungary continues to try and chip away at me. France declared war on Austria. They just can't get a break. I may have wrecked them a little bit too hard. Sorry, but totally not sorry. And you, yeah, you still want territory. I guess cattle will be the next thing to give away. It'll just need to be cattle in, like, low-value provinces. 441, so that's a 9. 17, no. Actually, 9 is probably okay. We'll give that to clergy. 16's too high. 17's too high. 7. Give that one to the clergy. Another 7. We'll give that one to the nobility. Still want more. More? You want more? These are too high. 35, yeah, no. Dream on. Kind of running out of territory to give you now. This is getting quite silly. 17. Fine. Shut up. Still want more. You kid? No, you don't. Good. Alright, I'll give you to the nobility. Now that should keep you quiet for a while. Good. Alright, so who's this war between? Wow, okay. Ooh, this is a big one. France and England. Austria, England. Hamburg, Ulm, Brabant, Holland. Lüneburg, Pomerania, Bremen, Nassau and Utrecht. Versailles. France. Guarani and the Papal States. This is going to be a lot of dead ships, because this is the French Navy versus the Dutch and the English Navy. So anybody producing a lot of naval goods right now is going to be making an absolute killing. What's the most developed place in Europe? Actually, good question. Italy. It's usually Italy, or the Low Countries. Yeah, Northern Italy and the Low Countries usually are the most. Scotland, surprisingly well developed. 38! Lothian is worth 38. Oslo, 42. Wow. Livland, 45. 55 for Olomouc. Vienna's only a 49. Prague's a 45. Berlin's a 45. Venice, 50. Lombardy, 46. Den Haag, 51. Paris, 43. I think actually Den Haag is the highest. Oh no, Constantinople, 51. So Olomouc is the highest, 55. That's interesting. Liguria, 41. What's Rome? Rome's 43. 39. 45. 42. 42. 42. 45. 53. Yongping. Not even Beijing. Yongping is a 53. 43, 40, 41. Kyoto is a 45. Kyajiit is a 41. 36. So, there you go. New World. New World doesn't look very built up. 38 is probably about as high as it's going to get. In fact, 38 is surprisingly high. 21, 19. Yeah, the New World doesn't tend to see much development. That's not until Victoria, which actually has a special immigration mechanic to account for the population of America. Anyway, I've just noticed what the time is. It is way past my time for finishing this. So I'm going to end this one here. We still have another, 11 years until Victoria. So what I'll probably end up doing is I'll finish EU4's Victoria. I'll finish off the Knights run next Saturday. Let me just double check that, because there is a period of time when I'm going to be away. No, next Saturday is fine. So next Saturday will be the last time that I'll be streaming for like 2 weeks. So Saturday we'll finish off the Knights, and then we'll probably switch to something else while I do the converter for Victoria. Then sometime after the 2 weeks I'll start doing the Victoria game. Because I'm kind of excited to see how this ends up in Victoria. And I want to do the conversion off screen because it's fiddly and takes a while. Sorry, Dane Anson. Yeah, I'll be back. I'm back in an hour. So yeah, that's going to be it for this stream. I will be back in an hour. Like I said, that's going to be for the Western Roman Empire game for Total War Attila, which is going okay, I guess is the word. Attila hasn't arrived yet, which is a good thing. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. I do hope you're enjoying this. If you are, be sure to hit that follow button to get notifications when I'm live again in the future, like Anonym from North did 14 minutes ago. So thank you very much for the follow. If you have enjoyed this, then do that. Also, if you want to see more of this kind of thing, then do consider subscribing. It helps the channel out. Or check out my Patreon. Both of which are great ways of supporting this channel. If you want to see more of this kind of content, go ahead and check out my YouTube, which you can find at youtube.com/MordredViking. Then finally, I have a Discord, which you can find at this link here. That's where I hang out. It's also where the community hangs out. They're a very cool bunch. They know an awful lot about games. So yeah, come hang with us. Let's talk about games. Like I said, my next stream will be in an hour. I will be back for Total War Attila. That's going to be Western Roman Empire. Then the next stream of this is going to be next Saturday. That's going to be the last one. And then after I finish this Knights run, I'm thinking of doing Mio and Taxes. So what I'll probably do is finish off the Knights run, then start a Mio and Taxes game after that. And then we'll do Victoria sometime in the future. I don't know if Victoria is going to be the Saturday slot, because I suspect it's not going to be as popular, and Saturday is kind of like prime time. So Mio and Taxes is probably going to continue on Saturdays. Victoria I'll do on a different day, but it probably will go up on YouTube. Probably. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. I will catch you guys in an hour. See you then.